Solana did not go down the other day. I've seen a lot of big creators on TikTok, a lot of big creators on Twitter run with the story that Solana went down as demand for the Trump tokens really exploded the other day. The Trump and Melania meme coins, I should say. And you'll see, if you go on Twitter, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff like this, like how can Solana support 1 billion transactions if Solana is the future? Here I am losing money because Solana, as usual, went down. What a piece of garbage. This is not true. What happened is that the applications built on top of Solana's blockchain, which are not owned by Solana, they have their own infrastructure set up to support them, like Phantom Wallet. It is not owned by Solana. It is owned by the Phantom team. Their application broke and could not handle the demand. Solana ran perfectly fine. Also, Coinbase itself broke because, well, they're a for-profit business. They want to run and provide services with as little expenses as possible. And so they try to ride that fine line of being able to work and provide service for the market, but also not incur too many costs by really beefing up the bandwidth of their infrastructure, and other things like that went down. The entire time, the Solana blockchain ran perfectly. But let me explain to you the exact chain of events. And instead of me explaining it, actually, I'll read out what Mert, the CEO of Helios, one of the core developers at Solana, how he described the chain of events on Twitter. So what first started to happen is Jido had degraded, this is a decentralized application on Solana, had degraded performance due to very high demand. Arbitrage traders and sniper bots generally use Jido for complex arbitrage transactions. So they couldn't use Jido because it degraded, and they shifted to using the main Solana fees instead of Jido. As a result, this drove the fees up. Now, this section here, which you can read yourself, basically I'll just surmise as saying that various applications do not do a good job of setting price ranges for transactions. So what can happen is that if the transaction fees for Solana start to get a little bit too expensive, the applications break. And that's what happened. The fees got high enough to the point where the applications didn't have that configuration kind of built in to be able to handle the increase of transaction fees, and the applications themselves just broke, resulting in, locking their own users out of competing in these markets accidentally. You could actually have gotten your swaps through, though, if you set the fees manually, for example. The sign and proof that Solana underneath was working perfectly. So everything at Solana is totally fine, nothing to be worried about. I do understand the drive, though, to yell at Solana because it has had a history of having some downtime, but now it's officially at a point where it's able to handle transaction volumes when Web 2 applications can't. That is a really bullish sign to me for Solana.